Hi guys, I hope you are all well. Welcome back to my Twitch channel, a sprinkling of awareness and positivity. You would have recently seen a promotion for a Face of Sepsis interview this evening. However, plans have changed. So I'm just going to do a really brief chat with me session because I haven't actually done a chat with me session on here as of yet. So it's more kind of just if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat box. But I have got loads of questions that people have asked on my YouTube channel. I think about a year ago, I posted a YouTube video about Teitze syndrome and costochondritis. And I'm really bad with my YouTube channel. I don't really check the views and the comments, and I'm not all up to date with YouTube and streaming and things like that. But I don't know why, but recently I have had an influx of questions, comments, and views on my YouTube channel, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. Especially because this particular video I posted. Let me have a look. So it was 8 months ago. So I posted this YouTube video 8 months ago, and it is still getting, like, it's up to 779 views. And you know, the label on it I put as my invisible illness, Teitze syndrome, and vis costochondritis. And within the video I explain what the differences are between Teitze syndrome and costochondritis. And the comments that have been coming through recently, there is a lot, and I didn't realise so many people are now suffering with costochondritis or Teitze syndrome. Because back in the day, when I was first diagnosed, it was really rare, especially I was really young when I was diagnosed. And it was something that medics and professionals didn't really see in young children. And there was kind of no medication, there was no therapy, there was nothing really for it, because it was classed as a rare disease. So on the NORD's website, which is for rare diseases, Teitze syndrome isn't a disease, it's a disorder. And like I said, just very recently, the amount of comments that were coming through on this particular video have just been absolutely crazy. So I thought I would quickly answer a few of them. But guys, if you have any questions or you want to ask me anything super random, nothing to do with, you know, sepsis awareness, if you just have anything you want to ask, please go ahead and just ask. Open book. So I'm going to get into a few of the comments. Let's get them up. Let's see. And I'll keep an eye on the comment section as well. I'll put any questions. So this was the video, and I look so brown as well. Oh God, can you see that? Yeah, this was the video that I posted. Look at the color difference. Oh my God. So I'm going to go through what the comments were, and this obviously is going to be posted onto YouTube anyway. So if you did watch my original video for Teitze syndrome, I'm answering your question. So the first one is from a lady called The Desire, and she has put, I'm 35 and I got the pains 3 months back. I'm glad it was all diagnosed. So with Teitze syndrome and costochondritis, like I said, back in the day, it wasn't something that would just be diagnosed. It took a long time for my diagnosis, because they didn't really know what they was looking at the time. So Denise, if you're watching this, I'm so glad that it's been diagnosed quickly and efficiently for you. Taylor Tillman, hi, I was diagnosed with it. It's pretty painful. I think it would be better if the symptoms didn't mimic a heart attack. That is what scares me whenever it happens. Yes. So with Teitze syndrome, what I'll do is let me explain what that is. So with Teitze syndrome, it is pains that come back from your spine and they shoot right the way round to the front. And these shooting pains are horrific. And the professionals and researchers have discovered that the pain is the equivalent to what would be a heart attack. And a lot of people are admitted into hospital or ring 111, ring 999 because they're having these pains. But what it turns out to be is not a heart attack, but costochondritis or Teitze syndrome. Costochondritis and Teitze syndrome both have sharp shooting pains. And that's what makes the two conditions very similar. The difference between costochondritis and Teitze syndrome is, one, Teitze syndrome is chronic, and it is something that you just live with. Costochondritis comes and goes. It can be caused via excess exercise, if you've pulled a muscle, strained yourself, running, anything kind of strenuous can cause costochondritis, as well as stress. Teitze syndrome is caused by a trauma, and I developed it when I was about 5 years old, and I wasn't fully diagnosed until I was 13. So I spent, a long time having these pains, doubling over, literally not being able to move for so many years, until we literally had enough and we went private. And when we went private, it was diagnosed within, the first couple of days. And that was that really. But where I was so young, I couldn't have the treatment for it. And the treatment, for anyone that, is suffering with Teitze syndrome or costochondritis, is you can have injections into your sternum area, which is here. But personally, I didn't like what the side effects would bring. And it is something that I have stayed very clear from. And I've kind of just learnt to live with it. Okay. Someone else here. So little lady SJ. I have been diagnosed with TS, but my pain is always in my back, always stabbing, and always on my right hand side. It is like, I didn't realise that all of these comments were on here, because I didn't think that it was a talked about, illness. I literally just posted this video and thought, well, I've never met anyone going through what I've been through, but my goodness, I was wrong. So, little lady SJ, you're not on your own. And I personally don't have any back pain when I'm having, I call them flare-ups. I'll always say, oh, I've had a flare-up. And when I say I've had a flare-up, it means that my chest area is all swollen and I've got the pains coming from my spine round to the front. But specifically, I don't suffer with the pain in my back. I never have. We've got here someone saying they're just as unlucky as I am. So I'm just as unlucky as you. My TS, so Teitze syndrome, has also become chronic. But the difference is that mine is on my right-hand side and not my left. Also, for some reason, my collarbone gets swollen and not my chest. So in my video, I say about my chest getting swollen and my rib area. So this person, obviously, her collarbone area swells. He has stayed swollen for a while now, which has become such an insecurity of mine. I would love to talk to you more about this on your socials. Please get in contact with me. If you're watching this, please get in contact with me. I will leave you a comment as well with my social media handles so that we can talk some more. Believe me when I say, like, the insecurity of it. I remember I bought a black dress off of, I think it was Misguided, and I loved this dress. But I was very, very insecure that you could see. I stand up. So this bit here is always the bit that swells up on me, like this bit here, which is obviously your lower rib and your cartilage area. And when I have a flare-up, it really swells. And I was really, really conscious about, if I wear that dress, you can really see it. If I had a flare-up, that is. And so I actually never wore that dress. It's still hanging up in my cupboard. So when it comes to insecurities with it, again, like, you're not on your own. I say this, obviously, again, like, linked to the sepsis awareness work. It's so good just to talk about it, because sometimes you think that you're on your own, but you're not. And obviously that's the same with TS and costochondritis as well. I don't really talk about it as much as what I could, especially with the platforms that I have. I could raise more awareness about it, and I might start to. But there's no charities, there's no organisations for TS awareness. So again, that's something I could look into. We've got Jerez, how are you today? Is it gone? No, my Teitze syndrome is chronic, but to be honest with you, I don't suffer with my flare-ups as much as what I used to. When I was younger, I had so many, and it was so frequent. But as I've got older, which is strange, because when I had a checkup, I think I was about 16 or 17, and I remember my doctor saying to me, be prepared for it to get worse as you get older. And it was something that I was prepared for. Like, I'd been suffering with my chest pains for so many years and had so many flare-ups that it was like a daily occurrence for me. And then I believe they said to me, like, by the time I was 21, it would be a lot worse. But it's like, as I have got older, I would say my flare-ups have become less frequent. So, as of how am I today, I'm so much better now than what I was when I was younger. You know, don't get me wrong, that when I have a flare up, the pains are still, you know, excruciating, but I don't have them every single day, or I don't even have them, you know, weekly anymore. I will have the occasional twinge where I'm like, and it just kind of like gets you. But, you know, as of how am I today, I'm so much better. You know, I don't know why I was told it would get worse as I got older. I don't know whether that was because of growth, maybe, but put it this way, I'm 4'10". I haven't grown that much. My body hasn't changed excessively. So that might be the reason why I've just not, I don't know. Marky Mark, bro, going through this awful Teitze syndrome and I hate it. I'm so sorry. I fully understand when you say I hate it. Been there, said it. And all I can say is you find ways to cope. You find ways that calm you down. You know your own kind of breathing routine that gets you through the pains. You know what way to lay and what way not to lay. You know the kind of weights that you can lift, and you know, all I can say is you learn to, I learned to live with it, and I think, you know, a lot of people learn to live with so many things. And Teitze syndrome and costochondritis is something that you can live with. It, I hope it gets easier for you. Again, so someone's saying, do you get arm pain? So that's the second one, saying, do you get arm pain? I don't. So back and arm pain, I don't get at all. Mine is literally just from my spine shooting right the way around to my front. And that is the only pain I get. And it's a lot, but I don't get any, you know, backache, arm ache. I don't suffer with anything like that with it. And, you know, I don't know the ins and outs of Teitze syndrome and costochondritis as much as what I do with sepsis and toxic shock and things like that. But what I do know is obviously with Teitze, it is with myself, it's the cartilage swelling, and obviously it presses against your rib cage as well. Yeah, it's not nice at all. I can't, and there's so many other comments on here. Again, just saying that they're going through exactly the same thing. And I think I must have just been very, very naive. I didn't think that so many people also suffered with it, because, you know, it's classed as rare. Yeah, so it's nice to know that there's obviously more people now suffering with it than what there was back in the day. So, questions. What is the best thing about being in work as a World Sepsis Day ambassador? I love it because, and I've always said it, and I was quoted it on the website, is to be able to amplify the voices of others is so important. And World Sepsis Day is pivotal when it comes to raising awareness and making sure that people don't feel like they're on their own. It's such an amazing organisation, as well as, you know, the UK Sepsis Trust, Sepsis Alliance. Every single sepsis organisation is fantastic, but the World Sepsis Day organisation, I think, is extra special because it covers, you know, global ground. It's known worldwide, it's respected worldwide, and the campaign itself. So, World Sepsis Day is an initiative from the GSA, which is the Global Sepsis Alliance, and its World Sepsis Day headquarters is in Germany. And the team that work for World Sepsis Day are amazing. I speak to them on a frequent basis. You know, they give me free run of the social media. So I can post on there, I could host the interviews on there. And, you know, like, they're just so fully supportive of everything that I've done for their organisation. For example, hashtag around the world in 13 days. I'm constantly kind of updating them with where it's at, how many views it's got, how many participants we have, and they're just so supportive. So yeah, I'd say that the best thing about being the UK ambassador is the fact that it's well respected, and also I think I'm quite a hands-on ambassador as well. You know, there's each of the ambassadors, each to their own, are absolutely amazing. So there's doctors, scientists, professors. There's even some Olympic champions. I believe one of the Olympic champions is German. There's an American Olympic champion as well, and they are ambassadors because they personally had suffered with it as well, which I think is so important because, you know, within sport, again, like, they're at risk of developing sepsis if they have an injury. So I think the fact that World Sepsis Day doesn't just have ambassadors that are doctors, scientists, professors, but they also have the likes of myself that is a survivor, you know, is a campaigner, you know, and then you've also got sportsmen people, Olympians, and I just think they've done it so well so that it's relatable. People can relate to their ambassadors. You know, how many people have said to me, like, you're just so relatable? How many press and journalists have come to me and said, you know, when you talk, you're relatable because I'm young. And a lot of people don't link sepsis with young people. So when people of my generation, the generation below, hear a sepsis story from someone that is kind of in their age range, it does make them listen and it does make them pay attention. So yeah, I just think the World Sepsis Day organisation is just absolutely amazing. I can't say what they're planning this year, but those things kind of, they're going to start planning what they want to do for World Sepsis Day this year. But obviously, hashtag around the world in 13 days will, my campaign will still run from the 1st till the 13th and then onwards. So Laura, I can't give you the best thing about being an ambassador because there is so much. So yeah, I love it, and I love what I do. Let me know if you've got any other questions. Let's see. I knew that this one would be a quiet one tonight. So perhaps I should tell you why I'm not doing an interview this evening. So just change of plan. That is literally all it was. The interview that was meant to be tonight will be rescheduled. I believe I'm actually fully booked now for the interviews. Let's have a look. Let me get my diary. 1 second. We'll see who we got coming up. So anyone that hasn't followed me for the past 2 years wouldn't know that I live by my brown book. My other brown book is completely full. So this is my new brown book, and it has literally everything to do with awareness, interviews, press interviews, be safe. It just has absolutely everything in here. Laura, have you got any other questions? This is your time. Ask me whatever you want before I head off. Literal open book. Ask me whatever you want. So let's see who we got coming up. It's upside down, silly mare. So we've had Rebecca Beattie, we've had Leanne Smith. Karen was supposed to be today, but obviously that one's going to be rescheduled. On the 26th of March, we've got Ash Kirch. 2nd of April is Kim Steele. You guys will love Kim Steele. Love her. 9th of April is Cassie Krivek. 16th of April is Kia Brazil. 23rd of April is Jessica McGowan. 30th of April is Susanna Fedor. 7th of May is Teresa Ogborn. Again, you'll like all of these people that do the interviews are just amazing. They really are, and everyone's stories are so different. Laura, are you going to be booking in? I don't know if you're still watching, but Laura, if you're still watching, are you going to book in? I think I may have space. 14th of May is Tiffany Stroud. I've got the 21st of May available, and then the 28th is Kimberly Hackett. Kimberly Hackett, I was due to interview last year, I think it was, and I can't remember why it actually never went ahead. I think she fell poorly. I think she just got unwell. I think that's what it was. But yeah, so we've got so many interviews coming up. I think I've popped on here to say everything I wanted to say. So we've done the YouTube comments and questions. They're all answered. Like I said, if you're watching this and you had watched the previous YouTube video and you have any other questions, please just contact me. Just ask me anything that you want to. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there for tonight, I think. And let me know if you want me to do another chat with me session where you can get more involved. If you're watching this back on replay, hashtag replay later on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you haven't already, click the follow button. Give the channel a follow because we've got loads of interviews coming your way. And everyone's stories are so different. Everyone's experiences, causes, signs, symptoms, are so different. Yeah. So that's it from me tonight. if you're watching this on YouTube, give my channel a follow and a subscribe. And other than that, have a lovely Sunday evening. I'm going to finish my wine, and you know, if you're here in the UK, Line of Duty's on at 9, so I'm going to go watch Line of Duty and chill for another week. So from me to you, stay safe, stay well, stay healthy. Love to you all, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon.